Hi, welcome to Ocean Yemi's channel. So today I'm going to continue part 2 of Velvet talking a whole heap of hoopla. Once again, she is an entitled, overly zealous, too much of herself. She thinks that how she's in the clear that she didn't do nothing in the cult. She did. She was with the cult leader. She did. Everything that she said she didn't do, she did. So therefore, she has no place to talk. All right. And using her children, she's been using Ellie from birth. Okay. She's using Ellie from birth. There's in a video where like it looked like her and Nature Boy was actually getting the baby to go down on Nature Boy. Nature Boy even said that how he made his son touch his penis after he had intimacy with the mother. That is the type of man you was with. So Solar don't fall far from that because Solar is you all leader, father, whatever. Because you lot can't even function without him. The man's been in prison how long? You lot still riding Nature Boy's name till this day. And on top of that, you ain't divorced Nature Boy. You're still Mrs. Bishop. You're still Mrs. Nature Boy's, still Mrs. Nature Boy. So, let her continue.
So much shit. It's just so much shit. I'ma digress though, because at this point in my life, I'm just like, there's no room for childishness, immaturity.
You are childish though. You're one of the childishest ones that was there. You amongst all the rest of them. Thinking you was better than them. I am the queen. I'm the chiefess of the earth plane. Okay.
Responsible. Like, I have 3 children. 3 of them. I love my children. I want the best for my children. But being in relationships with their fathers are not going to help me evolve into the lifestyle that I want, nor manifest it. I've tried that shit. It's not going to work. And I'm not going to limit myself at the expense of being with a man. Absolutely not. I will be single.
But you said you wanted a father for your children. So that means that you'll pick up any man to be the father of your children. That includes any man that is like Solar. Any man, you are not prepared to wait until that man come. Who knows, right? You probably would have been how far now if you did stayed in Idaho, in that place what you had. You're the one who gave up all your stuff for him. Now you are trying to change the narrative, which is really ridiculous because people don't know who you are. And you feel by coming on here, changing narratives of what happened. You was the chiefess of the earth plane in the cult of Sodom and Gomorrah and everything else that runs with it. So you have no place to talk.
I will be dickless. I will be all of the above. I will be single mom. I will be fucking poor. I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, these niggas should be doing way more than what they doing for their children. But they do the bare minimum because that's who they are at the core. That has nothing to do with me. I go above and beyond for my children. I do the most for my children. And sometimes
You're supposed to go above and beyond for your children because you are the mother. You are the mother. Even if there is no man around, you have to go above and beyond. You have to do the most. You have to make sure that the child gets what it needs. A roof over his head, not just eating vegan food. That's just a lifestyle that you choose to do. That's not for them. You literally put your lifestyle on your children. Right? Your children are very young. They're not in nursery. They're not in school. I don't even know whether you're homeschooling, whatever. Right? Even if you are about that life, right? You talk about all the spiritual things and word salad that you come out with, but in the end, it all comes down to one thing, right? You are a mother at the end of the day. That always comes first. No man can ever change that. No man can ever step in and give you what you want. Sometimes you have to go out and get what you want to get. You have to be that woman to go for your children. There are many women who's working and still have their children, still make sure their children's good. So I don't know why you think you are so different. And this is where your immaturity comes into play because you can't see what's going on. You always see what's in front of you. You are the most selfishest woman I've ever seen on the earth. And the fact that you are back in your mother's house says a lot to me, really.
Overgive my children because that's who I am at the core of me. Do you see these niggas doing anything? At this point, I should have a house that I don't have to depend on Section 8 to live in. These are my true feelings about the matter.
But these are the things you lot spoke about in Carbonation. You lot spoke about single mothers. You lot spoke about people living in certain situations. Now your words have literally come to bite you in your ass. You are in the same situation you spoke against. You spoke against people working. You spoke against whatever, but you didn't feel no way getting their money from them. You don't feel no way sitting in Carbonation, taking people's money, and then disrespecting people. So I don't know. This girl is very deluded. She's very deluded. And, I think reality hasn't hit her yet. I think, right, all the children are young. You know what I'm saying? She has not evolved. She hasn't evolved. She hasn't evolved into anything. Right? You still went with the second in command of Carbonation. You didn't even have to go with him. But mind you, right, you lot have a disease, right? You lot got STDs and all whatever else going on with you guys. So that's probably why you guys all stick around each other.
You know what these niggas do? They use the housing situation as an excuse for me to stay and for them to keep fucking me and keep putting babies in me, wanting me to allow them to abuse me, to be polygamous and do all of this dumb shit that has nothing to do with them here.
But you was willing to be polygamous with Nature Boy, so I don't know what you're talking about. What necessarily are you talking about? What is your point? Because right now you're just rambling. No, making no sense. Right? Putting babies in you. Did you not just open your leg and give of yourself for you to have the baby that you're carrying now? You and Solar lie down with each other, and now you got a baby. Like, you got 3 children now at present, and you're under, how old now? I think you're under 30. And now, now you're saying that because they're using the house. They didn't have to use the house. You had a whole apartment in Idaho. You chose to give it up. No one told you to give it up.
And become the best versions of themselves. So, like, I should have had a car by now. These niggas is not putting
all material things. You hear? I should have had a car. I should have had this. I should have had that. Sometimes you have to start from the bottom before you can get to the top. That's how it goes. You could have trained. You could have become something. You don't know. I mean, like, you're doing all these promotional stuff. Like, if you want a car, you have to go get it yourself. Things don't get given to you. You have to go get it yourself. That's how life is. Right? You lot ain't got no life skills because you went over to Nature Boy in your 17 and 18 years old. You lot left your family, packed up, left your family, went over to Carbonation, thinking you are doing something, trying to teach us and saying that you're doing it for humanity. And where has it got you so far? Nowhere.
Themselves in positions to position me, for that matter, to be able to effectively take care of the child, even if they didn't want to have anything to do with the child. And this hurts because at the end of the day, I have to take those children to get fed. I have to take those children and make sure that those children have a...
Well, you're supposed to do that. That's what mothers do. Hello. That's what mothers do. That's what mothers do. Did your mother not look after you before, like when your dad left your mother? So you have to step up and look after the children. That's how it is. The children comes first in all's life. No matter how many children you have, no matter how many so-called fathers you have, ninjas you have, whatever, you just look at things at such a weird way. I mean, there's people, you're the same age as you, and some of them are not even in the same place you are. Some of them are in a whole some of them have evolved working. Some of them even have children and they are getting on with it. I don't know why you think you're so different. You are so entitled. You just need to stop.
Stable place to live in. I have to make sure that these children have what they need, but this is the men's way of wanting me to need them, wanting to have control over me in some kind of way.
And I think you're still talking the same carbonation jargon because, like, most women are independently minded. I've met a few of them myself. I know they have their own place. They don't wait for no man to come and help them out. They go out and they do what they have to do to go and get it. It's just ridiculous what you're saying.
Like, this shit is weird and it's pitiful, and if anybody condones the father of my children, you're fucking dumb. Like, you're dumb. Like, just for the, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that, because at the end of the day, people have experiences that they have to go through to learn what they need to learn. So I take that back, and I apologize for that, because even the fathers of my children are going through something spiritually, and I can't take that away from them. I can't neglect that from them. And
Why do carbonation always refer to you like when you're going through something that how it's something spiritual? There's nothing spiritual, it's life. Nature Boy was doing the most online and he did what he did and he got where he is. Solar, right, has not got money. He says he has money but has no money. They are just as bad as each other. Actually, all three of you are just as bad as each other. And like you're saying, you are there aligning it with spiritual ism and schisms. It's not to do with spiritual ism and schisms. You guys think that how you look are spiritual and spiritual and spiritual. I'm quite fed up of you lot using the spiritual thing as a crutch. 1 minute you're conscious, another minute you're spiritual, another minute you're this, another minute you're that. I don't know. You lot are just young. You're just still young. You lot haven't learned nothing. When you reach where I am, then you can come tell me something.
I can't allow my pain that was inflicted in the relationship with us deter me from the fact that they have to learn as well. And at the end of the day, they're gonna learn exactly what they need to learn. Period. People have told me in my life that I need to take accountability for whatever reason. But I feel like I've taken accountability. If I wasn't taking accountability,
You're taking no accountability. You need to stop. You're taking no accountability. All you've done is just run away from your problems. Run away from your problems. You've been doing it from when you started to go to carbonation, or when you went to carbonation when you were 17 or 18. Nothing's changed.
for any of the decisions I've made or anything like that, trust me, my children would not be taken care of the way that they taken care of. My children, I wouldn't be taken care of the way that I should be taken care of. I wouldn't be making decisions to put one foot in front of the other to get myself out of situations like that if I wasn't taking accountability.